Hi guys, this is Noiser with another episode of Equipped, the series where I share my preferred loadouts and playstyles for different operators. Hopefully you can find something that you can use to improve your game in Rainbow Six Siege. Today we are going to take a closer look at the defense operator Jäger from the German GSG-9. Jäger is one of the original operators, but for some reason, someone I've waited a bit with to cover in an operator guide. This is mainly because he's quite straightforward, but there is one thing about him that really makes him stand out, as he's the only defense operator with a gun that can match the attacker's assault rifles in damage output. So let's take a look at his loadout. Jäger is a high-speed, low-armor operator with an active defense system that he can deploy on walls and most surfaces. Each of the three so-called magpies will take out 2 grenades and projectiles as long as it has line of sight. He can choose between 2 primary weapons, the M870 shotgun and the 416C carbine. And this is my first pick, as this gun really is something special compared to other defense weapons, as it is an assault rifle but in the hands of a defender. I equip this with either ACOG or hollow sight depending on map and playstyle, and the muzzle brake, as I think that's the best for overall recoil control. For the secondary, you only have the choice of the P12, but that is a great handgun, so no problems there. I go with barbed wire unless the teammate needs a shield, since this guy is very suitable as a roamer because of his high speed. When it comes to his active defense system, you really shouldn't put that much time in figuring out where to place them, as long as you make sure they have free sight and isn't hidden behind a desk or something, as they have to sort of see the threat to take it out. The barbed wire can of course be used around some hiding spot you have when roaming, but I feel it's much more beneficial to your team to place it around the objective to make it hard for the attackers to approach and rush the objective. Barbed wire is really extremely effective when used this way, so I highly recommend you try it out if you're already not using it, of course. Although he's sort of a famous roamer, what's interesting about Jäger is that he is superb on covering angles as well, as his gun really is something else. An ACOG on a gun with a high stopping power isn't something you'll find in the hands of any other defense operator. When you think about it, as a defender you're always in a disadvantage compared to attackers when it comes to range and damage output if you compare the SMGs to assault rifles. That's not the case with Jäger's 416 though, as that practically is an assault rifle, with similar characteristics as many of the attacking operators' guns. Jäger is often someone you will see spawn peeking, and in these cases it can be wise to switch to single fire if you're sniping people from far away with the ACOG. I didn't have a clip covering that for some reason, but as single fire makes the gun so much easier to control, it can make it easier to get quick multiple headshots on attackers that are far away, as you really need to switch position quickly to avoid getting killed when you're spotted. As Jäger is quick and pretty silent, he should be moving a lot to make use of his speed, which is also a rule of thumb when roaming. To engage, reposition, and engage again is a very effective tactic as a roamer. You don't really have to kill anyone as long as you stay alive, slow down the attackers, and keep them concentrated on you instead of the objective. Map knowledge is crucial to be able to do this, so if you feel a bit uncertain, jump into a custom game and get a feeling for where to hide and how to strike different locations from your hiding spots, and you will most definitely improve. Here on Oregon is a good example of how you can use this tactic to make it hard for the attackers to get into tower if a bomb is situated there, for example, or perhaps even if the objective is in meeting hall, as attackers might use the tower as an entry point then as well. In these situations, attackers tend to use the gap under the door and fence to control the area between meeting hall and the stairs. They often are a bit cautious about this door at first, but after some time they tend to stop watching their back, so this is a good spot to score some kills. There are spots like this on all maps, and Jäger is a perfect pick for using them, as he can move quickly and quite silently across the map. A tip is to find a spot where you feel comfortable with the angles you have to cover and the routes you can choose to go to different spots and back to the objective. So just pick a spot and expand your roaming area as you get more comfortable. This has helped me anyway, as you can feel a bit insecure while roaming if you're not used to it. So, to sum this up, when using Jäger, I equip his 416 with the ACOG or hollow sight and the muzzle brake. I try to quickly place the magpies inside the objective room without obstructing their line of sight to especially windows and doors to try and counter fuse and, of course, other sorts of grenades. I place barbed wire in entry points to the objective and then quickly try to get a spawn peeking location or hiding spot from where I can disturb the attacker's approach, slow them down, and hopefully decimate their numbers a bit. I try to move around a lot to use his speed and be prepared to move back to the objective if my teammate starts to get killed. So that's about it for today, guys. What are your thoughts on Jäger and how do you like to play him? Do you agree or disagree with the way I equip or play? Perhaps you have some tips and tricks of your own you would like to share. Do so by leaving a comment below, and please don't forget to give me a thumbs up or down so I get some sort of feedback on what you think about this video. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with my future content. On Thursday I will be back again, and until then, I will keep being Noiser. Hej då!